Hey everyone, and welcome back. This is definitely not a tour bus. This is a private vintage tram that you can rent here in Vienna. And today I am taking you along for the ride. So for my 60th birthday, I decided that I needed to do something really special. And since I really love trams, renting one for a couple of hours seemed like a great idea. And in Vienna, there's a program called Rent a BIM. BIM is an acronym, a nickname they use for old timers, and you can see that it's exactly what you're getting. We'll get into more details a little later on the exact specs of this particular tram, but we had two really wonderful drivers and well, one driver and a conductor who took us around the city of Vienna for this Saturday afternoon. Yeah, the trip started down in the area of Simmering, went up past the Girdle and the Belvedere Palace, and then right along the ring past Stadtpark, along the Donau Canal, and then back past Schottentor and all the big monumental buildings in Vienna before heading out the Rennweg to go back to where we had started. And that's an important thing that we'll get into a little bit later. Now, this particular tram 4152, was built in 1929 and it went into service in May of 1930, and it kept going until March of 1972. After that, it was converted into a service vehicle that went around and helped do measurements on the tracks before being rebuilt again as a bit of a marketing campaign. You can see it here for the Vienna's famous Mannerschnitten, those little Neapolitan snacks. And it wasn't until a little bit later that it got repurposed once again into a rental vehicle so that people like me could come along and rent it for the day.
That's no fun. Why are you backing up, Tony?
Yeah. I go this way.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about what this costs and how best to organize the trip. The trip is measured from the time the tram leaves the barn till it picks you up, takes you around, and the time it takes to get the tram all the way back to the barn. So if you get the tram to pick you up at some far end of Vienna, away from where the barn is, it's going to add a lot of extra time. And originally I had wanted it to pick us up at a particular place, go around the ring, and then take us out to the wine district to the end of either the 37 or 38 tram lines so that our party group could go to one of the wineries and have dinner afterwards. But the offer came in at almost €1,000. And I said, wow, that's a lot for 90 minutes. And they said, well, it's not 90 minutes, it's 90 minutes plus the time. So all in all, it would have ended up being 3 hours that the tram was assigned to me. So we went back and reworked it. And I said, well, where's the tram going to be? And they said, down in Simmering. So I said, all right, let's do this. I'll get my group to meet the tram down in Simmering, which is right on the U3 station, actually the end station of the U3 subway. and it'll pick us up and take us around the ring like you saw earlier in that little animation, and then return us back to where we started. That way, the tram would have the shortest distance from either the barn or its previous ride, and the shortest distance afterwards to go back to the barn and get cleaned up in case there was any mess or anything created. Now, you are allowed to bring champagne or other drinks and snacks, but you do have to be careful to keep things clean. Otherwise, they will charge you a cleaning fee afterwards. So all in all, this trip cost 491 euros, which I thought was well worth it for a big round number birthday, especially since I really love trams. So there you have it. Great way to spend the day going around Vienna, or let's say an hour or two going around Vienna in a true old-timer trolley from nearly 100 years ago. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and all the details about how to contact this company and where we went will be down in the description below. So check it out down there, the Rent-A-Bim link, and more details about the tram and the costs and the time that we were actually underway will all be down there in the description. So take care for now, and we will see you next time.